Buy one Quant before it's too late. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my live reaction to this interview between the founder of Quant, Gilbert Verdian, and a team member from the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. I'll be giving you my live reaction, and also they do go into detail on how Quant and the Quant Overledger will operate, how it will actually become successful, why there is so much value in Quant, and I'll be explaining it to you and giving you my reaction as well. Before we go any further, the price of Quant is steadily rising. It has been outperforming the market a couple times in this bear market, and even now obviously the market is somewhat green. People are saying we are in a bull trap. I do believe as well we are in a bull trap, but a coin like Quant has been outperforming the market, not just this one time, but also while the market was in the dust, fully red. Quant was outperforming the market a couple times now, which just shows, there is a lot of room for growth for Quant, and we're still in extremely early stages. With that being said though, before we go any further, everything in this video is my personal opinion and also public knowledge and public videos that you can actually go watch yourself. Nothing is financial advice. Please do your own research, guys. Do not take anything in this video as any sort of advice. Everything is for entertainment and educational purposes. With that being said, now if you're new to the Crypto Maxi channel, subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated with everything. And with that being said, now let's get straight into it.
Gilbert, thank you for joining me.
Whitney, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So tell me about Quant. What does your solution do?
So we're an innovation company, and we're all here to make the benefits of blockchain accessible to everyone. So it's a big mission, and what we're doing is we're building products and solutions and networks to enable enterprise and businesses to really create and generate opportunity and have a more.
Now that has developed quite a lot, because you went from enterprise and businesses to governments and let's just say like whole country payment infrastructures, which is just, pretty insane.
Inclusive society.
Where did the idea for Quant come from? Do you have an interesting origin story?
Well, yeah. So the idea is I've got a 20-year history in cybersecurity. So I've been at the technical level and the C level. And so during the financial crisis around 2008, I was in the government, in the treasury, and I saw the first paper on blockchain probably 2 or 3 weeks after it was released. And it really interested me. So, I did something about it, got the rest of our government on it. So the UK was the first country to look at blockchain officially. And I started working on it in the background because it really interested me. And moving into other departments around 2015, I had a problem with the way blockchain was evolving. People were building the technology in isolation.
And I think he did mention about one of the problems being exchanges. I'm pretty sure, I might be mistaken, but in the past he's talked about exchanges and how they were operating. Of course, we know about FTX, about everything coming out recently, and other exchanges as well, and crypto VCs. But yeah, we're starting to see a lot of these problems now actually show up, and I'm pretty sure Gilbert Verdian did bring up, a problem with the exchanges. And I think a lot of us, have been aware that, if you've been around crypto for a couple of years now, you know how some of these exchanges operates extremely dodgy, and
and that was not the right way to do it for mainstream adoption. And so I started talking about how to interconnect all of these proprietary networks, all these siloed blockchains, using like an overlay. And then that's when I established the ISO standard for blockchain. So it was a great way to bring harmonization through ISO, and allowing vendors and technology providers to create the technology that will talk to each other. And that's what led to Overledger. So having that platform for interoperability, so you can have different types of blockchains, internal, external, permissionless, to be able to interoperate and talk to each other.
So you mentioned government, public sector. Who do you think has the most to gain from this technology?
Yeah, I think it's...
To be honest, it's going to be, like in my personal opinion, really the future. Really, most of the businesses, most enterprises, maybe not the local businesses and the smaller businesses, maybe in 20 to 30 years, yeah, possibly, but not anytime soon. But, obviously governments and countries in general, to adapt the ISO 20022.
One of those technologies that's quite transformational. So we're seeing aspects of blockchain being used in pretty much everything. I think financial services is quite ahead. They were one of the first sectors to start looking and experimenting with the technology. So we're seeing a lot of traction, and most of our customer base is in FS, and that's my background, coming from payments and financial services organizations. And I think it's now being adopted and spreading to be quite broad. So we're seeing other sectors around supply chain, sustainability.
And yeah, there is, I mean, especially now, this interview, I'm pretty sure was around 10 to 12 months ago. So around a year ago. And, you know, fast forward to now, we've got so many different departments like play to earn. We have energy tokens. We have artificial intelligence tokens now, also making a lot of headlines. We have so many different sectors in crypto and in the blockchain, I should say, that, you know, it's pretty insane on how this space is developing. You know, a lot of companies, instead of, you know, going public these days, they start their own crypto, which is something I've realized, you know, large, you know, really online companies that instead of, you know, going public a lot of times, maybe they don't have the opportunity to go public so early, but even then, you know, they do tend to start their own cryptocurrency, not only for funding, but also allowing people to get in and investing into the company, which, you know, is pretty incredible on how it's all developed, keeping in mind on where we were in Bitcoin in 2010, 11, and back then, and Ethereum. And now, you know, how fast this space has developed. It really just shows bullish signs, really, even if it isn't for this year, but for the next 3 to 5 years.
You know, provenance, identity, etc., being used for blockchain use cases. And it's quite exciting because, as I was saying, this technology, it doesn't come around often, and this transformation doesn't come around often. I think the last time we had this big impactful change was .com era, you know, about 20 years ago. So we're right in the middle of this new type of digitization and tokenization that's happening around digital assets that everyone's adopting.
Yeah, I think the financial sector use case makes a lot of sense, but are there any dream customers that you have or use cases that you're excited about outside of that?
Okay, that's pretty interesting. I would love to hear this, but not sure who's going to answer.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is the inclusivity of different customers and consumers. Okay, it is more specific to financial services, but one of the projects we're working on is creating the Latin American dollar, and that's basically an interbank network.
So yeah, if you're not aware, I'm pretty sure they're in the process of, you know, building it, but it's the LAC chain which he's talking about. So yeah,
for 12 countries initially, it's done by the Inter-American Development Bank with a whole bunch of partners, and we're building this infrastructure and basically upgrading all of these nations to modern payments infrastructure, so they can actually do real-time payments, they can do exports, you know, person-to-person payments, or SMEs exporting things and getting paid in real time, and really improving the lives of people and giving them access to better money, better payments, and helping them grow. So it's quite a nice use case we're part of.
You kind of just answered this question, but why would a consumer, a lay person, be excited specifically about the interoperability in a blockchain?
So what blockchain is making possible is for your money to be global and be able to roam with you. And you could take your bank account anywhere in the world and use it across different systems, different networks, different countries. So it's quite exciting from a consumer perspective because it gives you access to your money in a new way, but it also allows you to kind of control and program your money in a new way. So some use cases are if you're getting a delivery.
Haven't really thought about it like that, but yeah, pretty interesting.
And you want to make sure that it arrives at 6 p.m. You can actually program that to say, if this delivery arrives at 6 p.m. and I'm happy with the quality of the goods that I received, then release the money. So it doesn't automatically, it's not binary. I mean, you can add some logic.
That's pretty interesting.
So that
is pretty interesting.
Exciting. And having your money travel with you all around the world opens up new opportunity, new payment products, and new ways consumers and businesses can serve the market.
Right, guys, so that's the end of this video. We've reacted to pretty much most of the interview. We're going to be dropping another reaction to this interview and explaining to you exactly what's being talked about in our next video later on today or tomorrow. If you don't want to miss that, subscribe and hit the bell here on the Crypto Maxi channel. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys next time. Peace.